We're about to get ready for kickoff here. And on my left will be the Perryville Pirate Club wearing green helmets, green jerseys, white pants, and off to the right will be the Potosi Trojans, yellow helmets, white jerseys, purple pants, and they'll be kicking off to start this game to Perryville, and they're kicking from the right to the left as I see it in this broadcast. About to get action underway here at Pirate Stadium. And there's the whistle as Potosi comes out of the huddle and lines up for the kick. And we have another week of football getting ready to kick off right here on J98 Web TV. Things about to get underway, and here comes the kick, and it is in the air. We are underway here at Pirate Stadium. And it's caught in the backfield by number 20. That'd be Caleb Finley, and he runs out to the left side, makes a move out to the left side, and goes out just across the 40-yard line to start this team off with fantastic field position to get this game underway. As the teams take the field, look at the defensive side of the ball for these Potosi Trojans. On the defensive line for Potosi, have number 6, Waylon DeClue, number 53, also the captain, Dallas Same. And at the nose guard position, number 76, Merlin Benson. On the right side of the ball, be number 74, Caleb Lawson, and 57, Lane Merciel. We'll get more into that. About to have the first snap of the night, first play taking place, and it is Perryville that will be having the ball first. And the snap, and they run off immediately to the right side, and then it's Johnny Pruitt, cuts back immediately, makes another man miss. He's going to try and reverse fields, not going to make much progress on this one. He almost made a big mistake cutting back onto the other side, got down before it got too out of control for him. That was Johnny Pruitt on the carry. Brought down by number 77 from Perryville, and that's Matt Turbrack. Second play of the night. Ball as it stands on the 44-yard line of Perryville. Perryville with the ball, headed to the right side of the field as we see it in this broadcast. As they approach the line, got 2 in the backfield. Got a receiver off to the right with his hands in the air. Looks like a little bit of confusion on this play, and that is a timeout, Pirates. That's the first timeout of the game as both teams head to the sidelines. The ball sits on the 44-yard line. We'll look at the defensive side of the ball a little bit more for Potosi before we get play back going here at Pirate Stadium. In the backfield tonight for the Trojans, we have 32 Austin Cooley. That's the same Austin Cooley that is on the offensive side of the ball, tearing it up this season at receiver position. At the safety position, number 1, Jake Coleman, the 5'9", 150-pound junior. At strong safety, we have number 14, Blaine Riddle. We'll hear about him on the offensive side of the ball tonight for Potosi as well. At the other side on corner will be number 9, Gavin Wright, 5'9", 170-pound senior. The linebacking core for this Potosi Trojan ball club is number 50, also a captain, Zach Drennan, 6', 220-pound junior. That is a load for a junior at linebacker position. Both teams approaching the line of scrimmage, getting ready to get play back underway. Right now it is 2nd down and 9, ball on the 44, and that was a 1-yard carry to open the game by Johnny Pruitt. We'll have to see what happens on this next drive. Pruitt's going to take the snap, fakes a pitch to nobody there, runs out to the left side, and there is a whole bunch of Trojans waiting for him off to his left side. And he was brought down in the back. That was number 53 that brought him down. That's captain Dallas Same, the 6'1", 240-pound senior on the tackle. That's going to make it 3rd and 15 with 10:37 and ticking on the clock. Ball moves back to the 38-yard line, loss of 6 on that last carry. That puts him at -5 after the 1-yard gain. 3rd down. Have to see what Perryville can do to keep this drive alive as they approach the line of scrimmage. It is going to be number 21, Johnny Pruitt, lined up at shotgun. He's got 3 in the backfield. No receivers extended out the other side. And then man goes in motion. It's number 22. He's going to roll out to his right. Ball's in the air. And it hits off the hands. And that was a pass intended for number 10, Alex Plunkett, thrown by Johnny Pruitt. We wondered coming into the game why Pruitt wasn't on the starting depth chart at running back. And I think we find out why on that play right there. He's coming out of the backfield, lined up in shotgun on that first drive. There's only one time he went under center. 10:05 remaining in this first quarter as the Pirates will punt. And they're going to be punting from the left to our right. And it's number 10 kicking the ball away. That is Alex Plunkett. And that's the same Alex Plunkett that was just intended receiver on that prior play. And it is fair caught at about the 19-yard line. And that is the first drive recap for the Pirates. It was a quick 3-and-out. First 2 plays on the ground. Put them in a long 3rd and 15. Had a man open on the right-hand side, and that was Johnny Pruitt trying to complete a pass off to the right-hand side to Alex Plunkett. It hit off Plunkett's hands and went up in the air. Luckily, it was not intercepted by the Potosi Trojans. He got away with a pass that really should have been caught. And Potosi's going to have their first offensive possession. He's going to take the snap as he rolls out right. He's going to come immediately back left. There's room. A nice block in the backfield. He's going to roll out left. There is room. He's going to keep gaining, and he goes out just shy of the 35-yard line. A 14-yard gain on the play. That's going to put the ball on the 34-yard line, giving these Potosi Trojans their first offensive possession of this contest. 9:47 left to go. No score yet on the board. Perryville opened up with the ball, had a quick 3-and-out after a couple of run plays and an incomplete pass. And Potosi's going to take the snap. High snap. He's caught in the backfield after that high snap. Couldn't recover. Nearly went over the top of him on that play. And that was Aaron Vinson in the backfield there for the Potosi Trojans, starting at quarterback tonight. And in front of Aaron Vinson tonight is Dallas Same at the left tackle. Left guard is Zach Drennan. The center position is John Malugin. All 3 are captains. Off to his right at guard is Bo Polite. And off on the right tackle is 57, Lane Merciel. Vinson's back in shotgun, awaiting the snap. Another high snap, and he immediately pitches the ball off to the right side. And he spins away, and that is number 32, Austin Cooley, on the carry off to the right-hand side. Not much on the play, if any. He might have gained a yard or 2. That's going to be 3rd and 13 for these Potosi Trojans. Similar situation that Perryville was just in on their first offensive drive. See if Potosi can't have a different outcome and come out with the first down. Vincent lined up in shotgun. Another high snap, immediately hands the ball off. And he breaks a couple tackles coming straight up the middle. A spin move late. And that's number 14, Blaine Riddle, running the ball right up the middle. A couple of broken tackles there. And that moves the ball up to the 42-yard line. He gained a good chunk on that play, but just not quite enough. They were at 3rd and 13. He gained 10 yards, put him at 4th and 3. And they will kick this ball away. It is Lane Merciel back to punt. And the snap is very low. He does get the kick away. It's end over end, and it's going to take a high hop. And it is fielded by Perryville. And that's number 2, Dylan Zahner, the senior Dylan Zahner. He fields the ball right at about the 30 and brings it up about the 32.5-yard line. As Perryville takes the field on offense, we saw Johnny Pruitt lined up at the quarterback position on the opening drive. We'll see if we see the same on this possession here. As Potosi is already at the line of scrimmage, Perryville is approaching. And it is going to be number 3, Zach Elder, at quarterback for Perryville on this drive. And he's going to hand off the ball to Cody Crawford, who comes right up the middle for a nice chunk of yards on the play. Brings the ball up to the 36-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 to go. 7:21 and ticking on the clock. It is going to be Zach Elder back under center for the Perryville Pirates. And he takes a snap, and it goes right back to Cameron Fears. He didn't take more than a step before he got rid of that ball to Cameron Fears, who maybe got a yard on the play. And they are going to spot him just a touch further forward. That'll be 3rd down and 6 on the 32-yard line for Perryville. On the last third down we saw from Perryville, we saw a pass from Johnny Pruitt. I don't think we'll be seeing the same on this drive. It is going to be Zach Elder back under center for the Perryville Pirates. He does have Cody Crawford, Cameron Fears behind him. He fakes the handoff to Fears, and it does go to Crawford off to the left side. He stiff arms one man. He makes another miss, and he runs this ball all the way to the 48-yard line of Potosi, and that's going to be plenty for that first down. Brought down on the play, number 6, Waylon DeClue. Big yardage on that last play. Starting to see the run game click on this drive for Perryville. And it is going to be Zach Elder back under center for Perryville. 2 down behind him. And he pitches off to Cameron Fears. Oh, Cody Crawford, beg your pardon. And he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. If they give him forward progress, it'll be right around the line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait to see where the ball is spotted. And they're going to put him right at the 45. 2nd and 12, 5:45 left to go in this first quarter. No score yet on the board. We are at Pirate Stadium live tonight on J98 Web TV at MIMOinfo.com. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, Perry County School District in Perryville, Boy Luber and Potosi for making this broadcast possible. Perryville comes back to the line of scrimmage. 2 in the backfield. We've seen that from them tonight. A pitch off to the left-hand side. And he's brought down quickly in the backfield. He's brought down right away in the backfield by Jordan Huerta, the 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. He is brought down for a loss on that play. That's going to put Perryville in another 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 17 with the ball on the 39-yard line here for Perryville. See if they can't convert this 3rd down. They did convert their last 3rd down. They're 1 for 2 on 3rd down so far in this game. As they come to the line of scrimmage, it is Zach Elder back under center. And behind him is Kyle Welch and Cameron Fears. They play action, and the pass is thrown off to the left-hand side, and it is caught, and he's pushed outside. As number 24, Cameron Fears, on the reception. It's not going to be quite enough for the first down. It's going to put 4th and 9. Perryville will be punting the ball from the left to the right. Perryville tonight in green helmets, green jerseys, white pants. Potosi, yellow helmets, white jerseys, purple pants. As number 10, Alex Plunkett, is back to punt. And the kick is up in the air. It's a big up kick. He had a lot of leg into that one. And it does take a Perryville bounce and rolls all the way down to the 11-yard line. That is a great kick from the 48 down to the 11. Kick from Alex Plunkett. We have an officials timeout right now in the game. As both teams switch sides, we'll be right back for more here at Pirate Stadium on J98 Web TV.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Barnes Perryville is supporting our local schools.
Boyer Lumber, service and quality. Boyer Lumber, the way that it should be. Boyer Lumber, we know you by first name. Build with us, you'll be glad you came. Boyer Lumber, we have it all right here. Boyer Lumber, and help is always near. For service and quality, it's Boyer Lumber. Boyer Lumber.
And we're back here at Pirate Stadium. Tonight we are watching live on J98 Web TV. We are watching here at Pirate Stadium. The Perryville Pirates take on the Potosi Trojans. Right now it is Potosi taking the field. They do have the ball 1st and 10, way back on their own 11-yard line with just under 4.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. What we saw from Perryville on that last drive was 7 plays, 1 first down, and a punt. The punt, however, was from the 48 down to the 11, pinning Potosi back. On their first drive, here comes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the left-hand side, and he's going to get a good chunk of yards on the play. Running off to the left side is Potosi, and that's going to be number 14, Blaine Riddle on the carry.
Run made by number 14, Blaine Riddle. Taken down by number 72, Dylan Vernon.
Perryville already lined up at the line of scrimmage, ready on defense tonight. As Potosi falls back, it is Aaron Vincent in shotgun. Riddle off to his right-hand side. 2 receivers out left, 1 out right. The handoff goes right back to Riddle. And he goes right up the middle for maybe a yard. He may have lost a yard. Depends on where he's going to get spotted at on this play. That'll make it 3rd down and 3 yards to go. The ball on the 18-yard line. 3:25 on the clock as it runs after that play. Vincent back in shotgun. Riddle off to his right. 2 receivers out right, 2 out left. And 1 goes into motion. As he runs off to the right side, he's going to get a big chunk of yards on this play. He makes a quick spin move off to the right side, but there is a flag on the play. As the refs confer to see what the flag's actually for. The penalty is going to be on Perryville. Still waiting to see what the Trojans say on the call. It is going to be a 1st down for Potosi after the penalty. Looks like the ref is discussing with Perryville coach Mike Wojcik exactly what happened on the play. It was a hold and it was declined by Potosi. Enough yards on the previous carry to get him the 1st down. 1st and 10 on ball on the 41. Drive started on the 11-yard line. Here comes the snap to Vincent. And it's a quick reverse off to the left-hand side. And it's going to gain a big chunk of yards. And that was a good move out to the left-hand side after a quick reverse. A good chunk of yards. That was number 9, Gavin Wright, running off to the left-hand side. He had 1 tackle to break, and if he would have broke that, we may still be talking about that play. Moves the ball up to the 43. 1st and 10. Ball on the Perryville 43-yard line. It's going to be Vincent back in shotgun. Riddle off to his right-hand side. He does have receivers off to his left and right. High snap. Seen that a couple different times tonight. Riddle's going to be smashed in the backfield. There was a whole gang of Pirates waiting for him on that play. The Perryville Pirates swarmed that run play. Seen a couple different high snaps tonight from Potosi. And that's, their center is 75, John Malujan, the 5'10", 275-pound senior, who is one of their team captains. See if he can get that under control this evening. Vincent back in shotgun. Flag on the play. False start, Potosi. You could almost see from the snap that there was something going on that one. It looked like Vincent left before the ball even made it to him. I'd be stunned to see if that penalty was on him. That puts us at 1 minute, 48 seconds and counting here in this first quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 19. Ball on the 48-yard line. Perryville already at the line of scrimmage. Defense is waiting for the Potosi Trojans as they line up. Off to the right side will be number 9, Gavin Wright. As Vincent's back in shotgun. Another high snap and another whistle right at the snap. There's another flag on the play. That is another false start for these Potosi Trojans. Mark Casey steps off the sideline to talk to the ref and pull Aaron Vincent over to the sideline. He's going to talk to the whole team on this one. That's a timeout for Potosi. Mark Casey not happy with his offensive line right now. We saw 2 false starts on consecutive plays in this drive. Makes it 2nd down and 24. Ball moving back to the 43-yard lines. We'll have more for you coming up next here on J98 Web TV.
Pine Valley Machinery South Potosi offers year-round, flawless service. Need parts for your farm equipment? Pine Valley Machinery has the parts you need, along with having available those hard-to-find parts. They also carry new and used farm equipment as well. Other companies may offer the same deal, but not the same great service on your entire tractor repair needs. That's Pine Valley Machinery, located 4 miles south of Potosi on Highway 21.
And we're back here live on J98 Web TV tonight, and we are in Perryville at Pirate Stadium watching the Potosi Trojans take on these Perryville Pirates. And Perryville celebrating 100 years of football this season. We just saw 2 back-to-back false starts from this Potosi offensive line as Coach Casey called the timeout right before the break. Vincent back under center. He's got 2 out to his right, 2 in the backfield. There's the snap, and Vincent's going to roll out to his right. He's got a little bit of room, and the throw's coming up, and it's wide open. Caught off to the right side, and believe it or not, that was number 32, Austin Cooley. That's definitely Vincent's favorite target coming into this game. That's a 6'1", 175-pound junior, Austin Cooley, on the catch on the right side. Ball moves up to the Perryville 39-yard line. Just over a minute remaining in this first quarter. That was a big completion there off to the right side after back-to-back false starts. That moves them up to 3rd down and 5 after that big gain. Vincent back under center. He looks off to his left, and he throws the pass to Austin Cooley for a screen, and he's off to the left-hand side. He stumbles, and then he gets pushed out right at about the 28-yard line. That's 2 passes consecutive caught by Austin Cooley from Aaron Vincent. That's 2 impressive throws we've seen from Vincent. And Vincent, we've talked about coming into this game, improved mechanics in the offseason. You saw that on our J98 camp interviews from these Potosi Trojans. And then so far, that's hands down one of the best throws I've seen this season from any high school quarterback. It's going to be Vincent back in shotgun. 3 off to his right, 1 off to his left, 1 in the backfield. Real high snap, goes over Vincent's head, and it's actually caught by Riddle. Riddle actually caught that after a very high snap, once again, from John Malugin. As he rolls his head back, disappointed with himself on that play. You can read his body language here in the booth. It's going to put 2nd and 15 with less than 30 seconds and counting on this clock here in the first quarter as Vincent goes under center. He's got 2 off to his right, 2 in the backfield, none off to his left, lined up on the left hash mark. Here comes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's in trouble in this backfield, and he's brought down in the backfield. 3 Perryville Pirates waiting for him on that play, and it was number 50, Dakota Kale, a 5'10", 205-pound junior on the sack. And that's going to hurt the chances of Potosi moving any further forward on this drive. We're going to be right back on J98 Web TV for the start of the second quarter.
Ever been to Hardwood Heaven? You'll find it at Busenbark Flooring and Granite.
Hardwood Heaven.
Where folks from St. Louis and Central Missouri love to buy their new hardwood floors.
Hardwood Heaven.
250,000 square feet of stunning, pre-finished hardwoods ready to deliver.
Hardwood Heaven.
Starts at $1.99 a square foot, tax-free. Did I say tax-free? That's right, tax-free. Now that's heaven. Visit Busenbark's Hardwood Heaven this week and purchase your new pre-finished hardwood flooring, tax-free. Busenbark Flooring and Granite, serving St. Louis and Central Missouri every day.
Belgrade State Bank announces annual Customer Appreciation Day set for today at their Belgrade location and Friday, September 27th at the Deloge location. Stop by for free Angus burgers from Turner Farms or free hot dogs with chips and drinks from 11 to 2 and Uncle Dale's homemade ice cream from 1 to 4. Giveaways and more. And only during Customer Appreciation Days, take out a CD with a special 1.07% APY for a 7-month term to celebrate 107 years in business. $1,000 minimum deposit required and a penalty may be charged for early withdrawal. That's Belgrade State Bank's Customer Appreciation Day, a wise place to do business since 1906. Member FDIC.
And we're back here live on J98 Web TV tonight at Pirate Stadium here in Perryville as we watch these Perryville Pirates in their 100th season of football take on these Potosi Trojans. As the teams switch fields, it's Perryville on the right, headed to our left. Beg your pardon, it's Potosi headed to my right. As Vincent's under center, he's going to drop back and roll out to his right. And the throw is going to come across his body. He came out to the right, threw the ball back across to his left. Not your ideal throw, but if nobody's around your receiver, go ahead and sling it, and that's sure what he did on that play. Just short of his receiver on that one. It's going to be 4th and 21, 11:49 in the second quarter. No score on the board. Ball sits on the 37-yard line. And it's going to be Lane Merciel back to punt for Potosi on this play. See what kind of, if he doesn't kick this out of bounds, it should set up for some rough field position for these Perryville Pirates. And the kick is going to go out of bounds. He didn't get much on the kick. The ball looked like it sailed out of bounds right at about the 32, 33-yard line on that one. As teams switch fields, we'll take the time to thank our sponsors, Busenbark Flooring in Farmington, Werner Auto Body in Perryville, and Potosi R3 Schools for making this J98 Web TV broadcast possible. We thank you for putting us in the booth to cover what is the 100th season of Perryville Pirate football as they take on the Potosi Trojans tonight. It's the Alliteration Bowl, the Battle of the Peas, Perryville and Potosi tonight. And right now it's Perryville with the ball. We saw a different quarterback under center on that. We saw Jordan Huerta, the 5'10", 170-pound sophomore, under center on that one with a handoff to the right side. No score on the board with 11:22 left to go in this second quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for these Perryville Pirates. That's the 3rd different man we've seen under center tonight for Perryville. And coming up to the line of scrimmage tonight, it will be again number 11, Jordan Huerta, and behind him, well, that's Tyler Holligan under center. Beg your pardon. Number 11, Tyler Holligan, 6'1", 180-pound junior, who was actually listed on the starting depth chart coming into the game as the quarterback. We've seen so far Johnny Pruitt under center. We've seen Zach Elder under center. And now we're seeing Tyler Holligan under center. And behind him would be Cody Crawford and Cameron Fears. And he's going to hand this ball off to Cody Crawford, who was brought down right at about the line of scrimmage. He was brought down in a hurry on that play. And he was tackled just around the line of scrimmage. 2 Potosi Trojans got to him on that one. And that was number 11, Jordan Huerta, and number 6, Waylon DeClue, getting to him on the stop. 3rd down and 2 as Perryville approaches the line of scrimmage. Need 2 yards as the ball sits on their own 40-yard line. Just over 10 minutes to go in this first half. And he's going to hand the ball right off to his right side. And it's going to be tight to see if he got this first down. It looks like he'll be short of it, just short of getting the first down on that play. Time is going to tick away as we stand at 9:41 and counting in this first half. Still no score on the board as we're here at Pirate Stadium tonight here in Perryville. I want to thank our sponsors, Belgrade State Bank in Potosi, Pine Valley Machinery in Potosi, and Washington County Sheriff Andy Skiles from Potosi. Thank you for making this broadcast on J98 Web TV possible. As Perryville's back to punt, it'll be number 10, Alex Plunkett, with a beautiful punt, a beautiful kick that's going to roll out at about the 21-yard line. As the 2 teams switch sides here, we'll have the offense coming out for these Potosi Trojans. We'll have more coming up for you here on J98 Web TV. It's Pirate Stadium as we see the Potosi Trojans offense take the field. It's Aaron Vincent at shotgun for quarterback. 2 off to his left, 2 off to his right, 1 in the backfield. Here comes the snap, and it's going right to Riddle. He runs into one of his own offensive linemen, knocks him down, knocks another Perryville Pirate down for a short gain on the play.
Taken down by number 52, Wade Young.
Just under 9 minutes to go. 2nd down and 6 for these Potosi Trojans. Still no score on the board. We've seen both offenses move the ball in between the 20s, but nobody break into the red zone just yet. It's going to be number 18, Aaron Vinson, lined in shotgun. As Gavin Wright goes into motion, they hand off to Blaine Riddle. He spins in the backfield. He's met in the backfield by Perryville Pirates everywhere on that one. And the first man to get to him was Holden Storts, and Storts was followed up by Dakota Kale on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. Expect to see Vincent chuck it on this next play. He's going to have 2 off to his left, 2 off to his right, 1 in the backfield. And here's the snap. He's got plenty of time, and the ball is in the air. It's deep, and it was tipped away by number 2, Dylan Zahner, this 6 foot, 155-pound senior for the Perryville Pirates. Tipped that pass away. It's going to be 4th and 10, ball on the 20. Potosi's going to have to punt. As the special teams come on the field, it's going to be 57, Lane Merciel back to punt for these Potosi Trojans. And fielding this punt will be Ethan Fairs, number 20. And he catches the punt. He is going to come up, and he does make a move off to the right side. He's going to get a little bit on the play, about an 8-yard gain on that play. A decent return puts him at the Potosi 44-yard line. We'll see who goes under center on this next play for the Perryville Pirates. We saw first to start the game, Johnny Pruitt, then we saw Zach Elder. And now we're seeing Tyler Holligan under center. And he's going to pitch off to the left side to Cody Crawford, who's met in the backfield by Potosi Trojan Waylon DeClue. It's going to be 2nd down and 13 with 7.5 minutes left to go in this first half. No team has found their way into the end zone just yet. Still stand at 0-0. Potosi's defense awaits Perryville's offense as they both approach the line of scrimmage. It will be Holligan back under center for these Perryville Pirates. And he's going to hand it off to Crawford once again, off to the right side. And he's going to follow Dylan Vernon and Matt Turbrack on the play. Off to the right side. A gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down and 11, ball on the 44-yard line. We've seen Perryville in this situation for the 4th time tonight in a 3rd and long scenario. They did convert one of those. We'll see what they can do on this play here. It's going to be Holligan. He's going to roll out to his right after the snap. He's got a little bit of room. He's throwing. He threw the ball high. And he threw that one over the head of Dylan Zahner. Pass was just out of the reach of Dylan Zahner on that play. And that is going to force this Perryville team to make a decision to punt with just under 6.5 minutes left. And they are going to kick. They are kicking from the 44-yard line of Potosi. And it's going to be Alex Plunkett back to kick. And it's going to be Austin Cooley back to field this punt. There's a whistle right at the snap. It looks like this ball is moving backwards.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the scoreboard here at Pirate Stadium, they have 1st and 10, ball on the 43, and the ball is shown to go to Potosi after that penalty. That puts Perryville in a bad spot after that. That's going to start Potosi on the 48.5-yard line. 6:21 left to go in this first half. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for Potosi as they're going to take the field after that last play. Coach Wojcik steps off to the sidelines after talking to his team. He does not look happy so far in this game. Seen a couple of mental errors from both sides of the ball for the Perryville Pirates as well the Potosi Trojans. Potosi comes back out on the field in the yellow helmets, white jerseys, and purple pants tonight. Going to be Aaron Vinson lined up in shotgun. And he's got 2 off to his right side. He's going to have John Thompson off to his right. And they hand the ball off to the left to Riddle, who gets a few yards on the play off to the left side. Gets the ball out to the 39, 38-yard line. Short gain on the play. We've seen flashes of good offensive line play here from Potosi tonight. We've seen a couple of bad snaps from center John Malugin. On the first couple of drives, he had snaps go over the top of Vincent's head and actually caught by number 14, Blaine Riddle, the running back. Vincent lined up in shotgun, immediately hands the ball out of shotgun off to the left to Blaine Riddle, who runs out to the left side, and he has a gain on the play, and he's going to go out at about the 20-yard line after a gain of 19 on the play. 5:40 left to go in this first half. No score on the board, but that will be a fresh set of downs for these Potosi Trojans as they try to march in before the end of this first half. They started this drive on the Perryville 48-yard line, down now to the 23. See if we can have our first team break into the red zone tonight here on J98 Web TV at Pirate Stadium. It's going to be Vincent back in shotgun. He is going to hand this ball off once again. And this one's going to go to Cooley on a reverse, and Cooley is going to be brought down in the backfield. He was met early in the backfield. It was Austin Cooley on the carry after a reverse, and he's brought down. Vincent off to the sidelines, on the far sidelines from the booth, talking to Coach Mark Casey, getting the next play as he comes into the huddle. Perryville already awaits on defense. Looks like they're going to have 3 down linemen on the play. And Potosi has 2 off to the right, number 84, John Thompson, and number 22, Chandler Franklin. And he throws this ball off to the right, and it is caught by John Thompson. And Thompson is going to break into the red zone. He's going to get down to the 8-yard line. And we have our first team in the red zone tonight. And it is the Potosi Trojans after a pass from Aaron Vinson to John Thompson. Ethan Fares on the tackle for Perryville. They spotted the ball on the 9-yard line. First down and 9, just under 5 minutes left to go as Potosi knocks on the door of this end zone. Here comes the snap. Vincent out of shotgun, handoff to Riddle from the right to the left. And he's going to spin back up inside. And he's going to get down to about the 6-yard line of Perryville. Time ticks away, just under 4.5 to go in this first half as Potosi knocks on the door to try and get their first score of the game. With second down, 6 yards to go to the end zone. We're going to see Vincent lined up in shotgun. Riddle to his right, Colin Robinson to his left in the backfield, and off to the left for receivers, John Thompson and Chandler Franklin. And the pass is to Franklin. It hits him in the hands, wide open in the end zone, and he dropped it. He flat dropped that one. It hit him square in the hands. He was standing in the end zone, blew past the coverage, just couldn't hang on to it. They had the score in the bag, and it hit him square in the hands. And Franklin's going to go off the field after that one. Coach Casey waves him over. He's going to have a little chat with him after that one. He's going to tell him, man, you got to get your hands on that one. You're going to make the catch on that one. Going to have Vincent back in the shotgun. Riddle off to his right. Robinson off to his left. And Vincent's going to roll out left. He's got time. He's got a man in the end zone waving his hand, and he's open. Perryville Pirates are approaching. He's looking for the sack. Vincent moving in the backfield. He's going to scramble for it. And he's going to get about to the 9-yard line. He's going to lose a couple on the play. He scrambled and scrambled in that backfield. He had a man roaming around in the end zone. There were Pirates everywhere in the end zone. and he just couldn't stay away that long. That's going to be 4th down and 9. Ball moves back to the 9-yard line. 3:25 left to go in this first half as Potosi sits on the Perryville 9-yard line. No score on the board here at Pirate Stadium. And we want to thank our sponsors, Rogers Mercantile in Perryville, Perry County School District in Perryville, and Boyer Luber in Potosi for making this J98 Web TV broadcast possible. Potosi comes to the line of scrimmage. The Perryville crowd gets up for this goal line stand. And there's going to be a timeout Potosi on the play. While we have a little bit of time, we'll take a break and we'll be right back with more action here at Pirate Stadium, and it's all on J98 Web TV.
The Potosi R3 School District is committed to excellence. They're proud of their students and their athletes. These young people work hard and show a ton of dedication. The Potosi R3 students and athletes are committed to excelling to high levels of achievement. Attitude and perseverance play a big part in their success. The Potosi R3 School District sincerely hopes this 2013-2014 school year is a wonderful and memorable stepping stone in life's journey. Does the madness of the large malls overwhelm you? Are you looking for a place to shop that offers quality items at everyday low prices? Then look no further. Go to Rogers Mercantile in Perryville. It's time to stock up for the fall season, so go on by Rogers Mercantile, located on East St. Marie Street in Perryville. Everyone at Rogers Mercantile in Perryville wishes the best of luck this season to all the Perryville and St. Vincent athletes.
And we're back here at Pirate Stadium on J98 Web TV. 4th down and 9. Potosi with the ball trying to get in the end zone. Vincent in shotgun. He takes the snap. He rolls out to his right, and he's going to be met in the backfield. He breaks the tackle in the backfield. He avoids the sack. Still got time. He's got man open in the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone. And it's a touchdown, Potosi, off to the right side with just over 2.5 minutes in this first half. And that was a touchdown thrown from Aaron Vincent to Blaine Riddle off to the right side. Huge touchdown on that 4th down and 9. And that was caught by Blaine Riddle, his second touchdown grab of this season. As Potosi takes the lead, 6-0. Lane Merciel on for the extra point. Vincent down for the snap and the hold. Hold is down. Kick is up. It's up and it is through. That's 7-0 Potosi over Perryville here at Pirate Stadium. We have 2:37 left to go in this first half. Perryville will be taking the ball, looking to right the ship. Down 7-0. We'll be back with more here on J98 Web TV.
Washington County Sheriff Andy Skiles would like to take this time to congratulate our area high school athletes on their hard work and dedication to sports. Because of your strength and endurance, our community pulls together to cheer you on. The memory of high school sports will travel with these young athletes for life. Andy Skiles encourages everyone to get involved in our community and stand behind our young athletes. Our community will only continue to grow stronger. This message brought to you by Washington County Sheriff Andy Skiles. Get involved, stay involved.
And we're back here at Pirate Stadium here in Perryville as these Potosi Trojans just took the lead on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Vincent to Blaine Riddle to put themselves up 7-0 with just over 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. Kicking off for Potosi will be Lane Merciel, and back to field this punt is number 20 Ethan Ferris and number 28 Trevor Green. And the ball is going to bounce into the end zone. That will be a touchback. Perryville will take the ball on the 20 for this next possession with just over 2.5 minutes to go. Perryville looking to get on the board before the end of this first half. We want to thank our sponsors for making this J98 Web TV broadcast possible. I want to thank Boyer Lumber in Potosi, Busenbark Flooring in Farmington, and Werner Auto Body in Perryville, along with Potosi R3 Schools. As Potosi leads Perryville 7-0 with just over 2.5 to go in this first half. And Perryville's offense now takes the field. And under center for Perryville will be number 11, Tyler Holligan. And he's going to hand the ball off to the left side to number 20 on the carry, and that's Ethan Ferris, number 20, the 6-foot, 160-pound sophomore on the carry off to the left side. No gain on the play, will remain second down and 10 yards to go as the ball sits on the 20-yard line. Perryville has the ball on their own 20-yard line, headed from the right to the left as Holligan goes into shotgun on this next play. He's got a receiver off to the right, 2 off to the left, 1 in the backfield, and he will be throwing on this play. And he throws off to the right side, and that pass is caught. That's number 20, Ethan Ferris. There's flags from both sides of the field.
Number 20, Ethan Ferris.
Right at the catch. As we await the call, we want to thank our sponsors, Belgrade State Bank in Potosi, Pine Valley Machinery in Potosi, and Washington County Sheriff Andy Skiles in Potosi, along with Rogers Mercantile in Perryville. And it's pass interference against Potosi. And that is going to make for a fresh set of downs for these Perryville Pirates as they look to get on the board with just under 2 minutes to go, down 7-0 in this first half. On the defensive side of the ball for these Potosi Trojans tonight, we have at corner Austin Cooley and number 9 Gavin Wright. The linebacking core for these Trojans is 50 Zach Drennan on the outside, 88 Jake Reed, and 44 Kevin Ernst in the middle, and number 11 Jordan Huerta on the outside. It's Holligan back under center for Perryville. He drops back, play action, fumble on the play, ball's on the ground, and it is a Perryville Pirate that falls on the ball. That was number 26, Cody Crawford on the carry. He dropped the ball coming just across the line of scrimmage, and the Perryville Pirates fell right back on it. Time running out for Perryville in this first half. Just over a minute remaining as time ticks away for Perryville, trying to get on the board, down 7-0. Holligan in shotgun for Perryville. He takes a snap. He's got time. He's going to roll out to his right, and comes back across the middle. He threw back across his body, and that ball fell quite short of Dylan Zahner, the intended receiver on the play. Going to be 3rd and 8 for Perryville with 1:02 left on the clock, down 7-0. Trying to get on the board to tie things up before the end of this first half. The front line for Potosi on defense tonight is number 6, Waylon DeClue on the end. Dallas Sam, a captain, number 53, 6'1", 240-pound senior. Holligan back to take the snap out of shotgun. He's going to be met in the backfield. Potosi Trojans snuffed that play out in the back. That was a big play in the backfield by Dallas Sam, the captain that I was just mentioning on this defensive line. Gets the sack. Going to be 4th down and 8. And that's a timeout for Potosi. Got just under a minute remaining in this first half. Potosi just with a big stop, a sack, a 3-yard loss by Dallas Same. We'll round out this first half in just a moment right here on J98 Web TV.
The administration at Perryville School District 32 would like to show their support for the Pirates football team. Perryville School District commends their athletes and coaches for being dedicated and committed to doing their best this season. The district wants you to practice hard, play hard, and study hard. And remember, teamwork and determination will take you far. Best of luck in the future from everyone at the Perryville School District, and have a safe and successful season.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Werner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
And we're back here on J98 Web TV here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville, watching these Perryville Pirates take on the Potosi Trojans, and the Potosi Trojans lead 7-0 with just under a minute remaining in the first half. And the ball sits on the 28-yard line of Potosi as they take the field. It's going to be Aaron Vincent lined up in shotgun for Potosi at quarterback. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Aaron Riddle in the backfield. Not a lot of time left. And if I had to say so, it looks like a false start on Potosi. It sure was. The ball will be moving backwards on this play. 42 seconds to go in this first half. Potosi leads 7-0 with the ball on the 23-yard line. First down and 15 after that 5-yard penalty moves them back. And these Potosi Trojans, after last season, going 3-0 and finishing the season 3-7, start this season at 1-1. Vincent back in shotgun. He takes the snap. 2 receivers off to either side. Riddle back to block. And he's going to have to scramble. He's got time. Here comes the pass. It's up, and it's caught. That's number 9, Gavin Wright, caught off to the left side of the field on the 35-yard line as time ticks away. 26 and counting in this first half as they scramble up to the line, does Potosi. It's going to be Vincent back at shotgun. 2 receivers to the left and to the right. Riddle in the backfield. Here's the snap. He pump fakes. He's going deep. He's going deep. And it is caught at about the 25-yard line, and then he's pushed out of bounds. That is a deep completed pass from Vincent to Austin Cooley. That's the 3rd pass we've seen caught by Austin Cooley tonight, and that was a huge pass. 9 seconds to go. First down and 10, ball on the 26-yard line for Potosi, looking to find their way into the end zone one more time before the end of this first half. Only 9 seconds to go to get there. We might only see one more play from this Potosi offense. It's going to be Vincent at shotgun. He's going to have 2 receivers off to the right, 2 off to the left. He's going to drop back. Oh, he's met in the backfield. He's scrambling, he's running. He's going to have to run a long ways. A huge block in the backfield. Here comes the pass. It's not going to make it to the end zone. And he gets tipped, and it's caught by Austin Cooley in the end zone as time runs out in this first half. And Potosi going to make their way into the end zone with just 9 seconds remaining after Vincent scrambled for days in the backfield and earned one huge block to make that pass have time to find its way to Austin Cooley in the end zone. That pass was tipped at about the 2-yard line by the Perryville Pirates, and Austin Cooley came down with it in the end zone for the score. Huge play, huge play. Saw something very similar last week. Extra point up and good as Potosi goes on top 14-0 here at Pirate Stadium. That's the end of the first half. We'll have more for you here on J98 Web TV. We'll have that second half coming up. We are live here on J98 Web TV at Perryville Pirates Stadium as the Potosi Trojans lead the Perryville Pirates at halftime 13-0. Their 2 scores came both through the air. A quick dump off for their first touchdown from Vincent to Blaine Riddle for the first score. And the last score was a beauty right at the end of this first half. 9 seconds to go. Vincent rolling around for days in his own backfield. Slings a pass up over the top of some defenders for Perryville. They actually tipped the pass up, and Austin Cooley came down with it to put them up 13-0. About to get underway. Both teams taking the field as we speak here at Perryville Pirates Stadium. And tonight, Perryville, green helmets, green jerseys, white pants, white numbers. And for Potosi, yellow helmets, white jerseys, purple pants, and yellow numbers. And occasionally, for the Potosi Trojans, some vibrant, vibrant yellow shoes. Feel the need to mention that. And we're set for kickoff for this second half here at Pirate Stadium. Perryville will be kicking off to open up the second half. Potosi awaits the kick, and it will be Austin Cooley in the backfield for Potosi waiting for the kick. And kicking off for Perryville is number 24, Cameron Fears. And the ball is going to take a bounce. Cooley's going to have to field it at his own 8-yard line. He drops the ball. He picks it right back up. He's going to run off to the left side, breaks one tackle, and he's going to be met in the back. Stops at about the 13-yard line after the opening kickoff of this second half here at Perryville Pirate Stadium. I want to thank our sponsors, Werner Auto Body in Perryville, Potosi R3 Schools, Belgrade State Bank in Potosi, and Pine Valley Machinery in Potosi for making this J98 Web TV broadcast possible. Thank you for putting us here at J98 Web TV in the booth at Perryville Pirate Stadium to watch the Potosi Trojans battle the Perryville Pirates. It's 13-0 Potosi, and they will open the second half with the ball as Aaron Vincent lines up at shotgun. 2 in the backfield, 1 receiver off left, 2 receivers off to his right. And here comes the snap, and he is going to hand the ball off, and it's going to go to Austin Cooley out of the backfield. He's going to break a couple tackles, move out to the right side, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be met by number 20, Ethan Fairs, the 6-foot, 160-pound sophomore. Ethan Fairs wraps him up after a short gain. That was Austin Cooley on the carry. Seen a few flashes from Austin Cooley tonight, especially that touchdown grab he made right at the end of the second half. Put his team up 13-0. Perryville awaits on defense. Going to set up with 3 down linemen. They're set up for 3 down. As Potosi approaches the line of scrimmage, it will be Vincent lined up in shotgun. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers off to his right. And he's going to hand it off to the left. That's Colin Robinson off to the left-hand side. He's going to be met by Perryville Pirates off to the left side, just short of the line of scrimmage. Flags out on the field after that play. Colin Robinson on the carry. He's brought down by Dylan Vernon on the play. We await the call from the referee to see what the penalty was, and it is going to be a hold on Potosi, and that is declined. If you're wondering to yourself, why would someone decline a penalty in that case and scenario? If you decline the penalty, it costs the down. If you accept the penalty, ball's moved back, fresh set of downs. So if you had a loss on the play, much easier just to take the penalty, or decline the penalty rather. Vincent lined up in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, roll out to his right. He's got time. Here comes the throw, and believe it or not, it's Austin Cooley at the catch, and he's going to break another tackle, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right at about the 40-yard line of Perryville. That was Austin Cooley on the reception off to the right side. There is a flag down. We await to see what the call is. The ref is going to spot the ball up around the 48-yard line. He picks it back up. Still wait to see what the call is, why the flag was thrown. And it is on the offense. Block in the back, still going to be second down. And they are going to re-spot the ball. And the ball is moved down to the 27-yard line. Vincent back in shotgun. 2 off to the left, 2 off to the right, 1 in the backfield. Here comes the snap. And he's going to be throwing. And it's intercepted. It's a tip pass. It went off the hands of Potosi receiver. It went off the hands of Chandler Franklin. And it was intercepted by Ethan Fairs. He came up with that interception, and the crowd is loving it. The pass went off of the receiver's hands, and Ethan Fairs in the right spot at the right time coming up with that interception. Fell right to him. He just had to make the catch, and he sure did. Turnover, Potosi. First turnover we saw of the game. We saw Perryville fumble early in the action, and they fell right on it, and they come up with the first turnover of the game. A takeaway there on the interception. It is going to be Perryville ball as they start out on the 42-yard line, and they come out throwing on this first play. And the pass is thrown off to the right side to, again, Ethan Fairs for about an 8-yard gain on the play. And that was Tyler Holligan under center that time for Perryville, as they're trying to march back to cut the deficit on this drive. Best field position they've started with on the day, started on their own 42-yard line. They're now down to the 34. Second down, 2 yards to go for Perryville. Holligan back under center, and they're going to run right up the gut trying to get this first down, and they sure will. They move the entire pile across the first down marker. That's going to be the first down, Perryville. It's going to give them a fresh set of downs with just under 10 minutes to play in this third quarter. The ball going to be moved up to the 28-yard line. Perryville coming up to the line of scrimmage. It will be, once again, Tyler Holligan under center for Perryville. He's going to draw back into shotgun on this play. 2 off to his right, 2 to the one in the backfield, one to the left. And he is going to come out throwing again. And that is another pass caught off to the left-hand side. And that is caught by Dylan Zahner. And he's brought down by Austin Cooley. Perryville's offense looks much improved after that halftime. Coach Wojcik made a couple of plays happen right out of the gate here in this second half. A couple adjustments at halftime, and they're paying off for this Perryville Pirate offense right now. Perryville approaches the line of scrimmage. Holligan at shotgun. 4 down for Potosi. Here comes the snap. And it's a handoff to Crawford off the right-hand side. He's going to get a good chunk of yardage off this play. He runs off to the right side, breaks through right behind the right guard. And he gets a big chunk of yards on this play. And the chains will be moving forward on this one. The ball's going to be spotted right at about the 16-yard line after the carry. Perryville moving the ball down the field quite well on this play. Potosi trying to keep him out of the end zone. It's the first time Perryville's been in the red zone tonight, and it will be Holligan at shotgun. One receiver off to either side, and he's going to hand the ball off to Crawford, and he's going to be met in the backfield by a pack of Trojans. And he's met off to the side, and that was Merciel Malugin and Trevor Green met him all off to the left side. A loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13 with the ball sitting on the 19-yard line of Potosi. Perryville's going to have Holligan in shotgun. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 off to the right, 1 in the backfield. And here's the snap. Potosi gets in the backfield quick. Holligan rolls out to his right, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Breaks 1 tackle, spins off of another, broke 4 tackles, and he's going to get back right to about the line of scrimmage.
Run made by number 11, Tyler Holligan.
A few flashes of brilliance there from Tyler Holligan with making plays with his feet on the ground. 7:53 and counting in this third quarter, this first portion of the second half, as Perryville's moving the ball down the field. 3rd down and 10. Ball sits on the 15. Perryville down 13-0. Potosi with 4 down linemen. And it will be Holligan again in shotgun. 2 off to his left, 1 off to the right, 1 in the backfield. And he's going to roll out to his left. And he's going to be met by Potosi, and he's going to roll out to the right once again, changing fields. And here comes the throw towards the end zone. And it's nearly intercepted. It hit the hands of a Potosi defender. That was what could have been Perryville's first touchdown of the game. It was swatted away by number 9, Gavin Wright. That was a huge opportunity missed by Perryville. 4th down and 10. Going to leave the offense on the field. We're here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville as Perryville trails the Potosi Trojans 13-0. Holligan back in shotgun for Perryville. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw out to the left side. And that's intercepted. That is intercepted. And that pass was intercepted by Jake Reed, the 6', 190-pound senior for Potosi. He intercepted that ball at about the 4-yard line of Potosi's own 4-yard line. The pass was intercepted. And that was a missed opportunity there on 4th down and 10 to go for Perryville, looking to get in the end zone, and they threw that pass to the defender. Both the defender and the receiver had their hands on it. It was just Potosi that came away with it. And after earning great field position on that last drive for Perryville coming off of an interception, Potosi not so lucky after their interception, going to start on their own 5-yard line with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, up 13-0. Be interesting to see how they come out to get themselves out of this short yardage scenario and backed up all the way to their own 5. It's Vincent out of shotgun, 1 man in motion. It's Gavin Wright in motion. And Vincent's going to keep it, run off to his right. And he's not going to gain any on that play. Going to be 2nd down and 10, ball on the 5-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Potosi leads 13-0 over Perryville. Several Pirates met Vincent off of that run after his run to the right side. He was met by quite a few buccos waiting for him on that one. Vincent in shotgun, awaiting the snap. He's got two receivers off to the left and right, one in the backfield, and it is Blaine Riddle coming out of the backfield, and he's going to get a good chunk of yards. He's still on his feet as he crosses the 20-yard line, and he's going to get away on this one. He's going to have to outrun the entire defense. He's going to cross the 40, the 30. He's rumbling and bumbling down across the 10, and that is a touchdown, Blaine Riddle, as Potosi takes a 19-0 lead after a monster run from Blaine Riddle. He went 95 yards on that one for Pay Dirt Potosi. And a flag comes out late. The flag comes out at the 45-yard line. And Vincent comes to the referee immediately. And the ref is pointing back towards the end zone. This is a bad sign for Potosi after a brilliant play there. An absolutely brilliant play. And that is going to be a personal foul against the Trojans, and that will nullify that 95-yard touchdown run, what would have been a touchdown run from Blaine Riddle. Absolutely brilliant play, nullified by a mental lapse. A late flag coming in, and that took away that 95-yard run. That's going to put them right at the spot of the foul, which was the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Potosi at the 41. Vincent back in shotgun. He's going to hand it off once again to Riddle, who's going to run off to the right side. Not so lucky this time. He's going to be met right, maybe 1 yard gain, right around the line of scrimmage. Riddle was brought down. A few Perryville Pirates on that one. It was Garth Ferris getting there first, and Zach Drennan and Dakota Kale all on the tackle there. Potosi 2nd and 9, ball on the 42, 5.5 to go. Up 13-0 here at Pirate Stadium on J98 Web TV. Vincent back in shotgun, 2 off to the left and 2 off to the right. Similar formation, hands it off to Blaine Riddle, and he's going to be met in the backfield by a gang of Pirates. They unloaded the ship that time right into the Potosi backfield, and they were ready to go. Sniffing that run out before it got anywhere. Blaine Riddle, after what would have been a 95-yard touchdown run, getting stopped on back-to-back plays by this Perryville defense. Perryville looking much better after halftime on offense and defense. The defense is definitely looking a little better on this possession than they did in the first half. Aside that 95-yard touchdown run that they could have possibly allowed had it not been nullified by a Potosi penalty, maybe a different story right now. Vincent back in shotgun for Potosi, and Perryville's going to be all over him in the backfield. He's going to come up and try to sidearm it, and it's barely going to make it across the line of scrimmage. And Vincent putting his head down, getting up slowly after that play. He's holding his right leg and limping as he's heading towards the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 12. Potosi forced to punt after a missed opportunity on what could have been their 3rd score of the game, and a monster run by Blaine Riddle was nullified after a penalty at the 41-yard line, and Potosi is forced to punt. Lane Merciel back to kick it away, and he will kick it up, and it's an end-over-end kick, going to go right out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And Perryville will be taking the ball with 4:22 to go. 13-0, Potosi leads here at Pirate Stadium. We'll have more coverage here on J98 Web TV.
Werner Auto Body in Perryville is the place to go for all of your auto body repair needs. Owner Jim Warner specializes in body repair, wheel alignments, and framework for foreign and domestic vehicles. So if you've been in a fender bender, give Jim a call at 573-547-2568. Your complete auto body shop, Werner Auto Body, located at 704 North Kings Highway in Perryville, is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5, and all insurance work is welcome.
Boyer Lumber, service and quality. Boyer Lumber, the way that it should be. Boyer Lumber, We know you by first name. Build with us, you'll be glad you came. Boyer Lumber, we have it all right here. Boyer Lumber, and help is always near for service and quality. It's Boyer Lumber. Boyer Lumber.
Jefferson R770. St. Jen beating Maplewood 22-10.
And we're here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville on J98 Web TV as we watch the Trojans take on the Pirates. And Potosi Trojans lead the Perryville Pirates 13-0 with just over 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. I want to take time to thank our sponsors, Belgrade State Bank in Potosi, Pine Valley Machinery in Potosi, and Washington County Sheriff Andy Skiles in Potosi, as well Rocher's Mercantile in Perryville. We'll have Perryville taking the ball on their own 38-yard line, first down and 10. And it's going to be Tyler Holligan in the backfield at quarterback. And he's going to hand off to the right-hand side for a short gain, just a few yards on the play.
A run made by number 26.
And that was Cody Crawford on the carry. We've seen Crawford get the majority of the carries tonight. A few different carries, time and again, from 24 Cameron Spears. And Cody Crawford, a 6-foot, 180-pound senior for these Perryville Pirates. Perryville 2-0 to start the season. A win against East Prairie and Live for Life their first 2 weeks. Right now they trail the Potosi Trojans as Holligan is not going to get too far on this play. He's going to hand off to Ethan Ferris, and he's going to be brought down immediately in the backfield by the Potosi Trojans. Be third down and 10, ball on the 38-yard line. 3.5 to go in this third quarter. Perryville looking to move the ball on this third and long. Their fourth third and long scenario of the day. They have converted one. See what they can do on this 3rd and 15 on the 33-yard line. Holligan back. He is going to come up throwing, and that pass is picked off. That's Jordan Huerta on the left side. Outside linebacker, and flags come in everywhere as Huerta comes up and snatches that ball. Second interception on consecutive drives for Perryville. 2 flags come out right at about the 35-30-yard line. Flags come in from either side of the field. And that is going to be against Potosi. And that will be a fresh set of downs. We're here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville as Potosi leads Perryville 13-0 with 2:59 remaining in this third quarter, as Potosi's offense will come on the field after that interception by linebacker Jordan Huerta.
After a penalty against the Trojans, it'll be first down.
A good return up to the 30 was nullified and brought back to the 38. Another foul committed by these Potosi Trojans. Vincent back in shotgun, hands off to Riddle, and Riddle's only going to get maybe to the line of scrimmage. He's going to run off to the left side. And when he runs off to the left side, following number 50, Zach Drennan, and number 53, Dallas Same. Both captains. 3 captains of the 5 people on this Potosi offensive line. Dallas Same, number 53, number 50, Zach Drennan, and 75, John Malugin, all captains for these Potosi Trojans on the offensive line. Vincent back in shotgun, 3 receivers off to the right, and he's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to keep it. He's going to spin, move off, and he's still on his feet. Breaks another tackle. He's still on his feet, and they blow the whistle. He may have lost a few yards on that play, and another flag comes in from the left side. And this time, it's going to go against Perryville. Personal foul against the Perryville Pirates. Going to move their defense further into their own territory. Right now, the ball sits on the 37-yard line of the Pirates. 13-0, Potosi leading with 2:18 left to go in this third quarter. Potosi has the ball, looking to get into the end zone. First down and 10, ball on the 37. As Perryville waits on defense, We've seen from Perryville tonight a 3-4 scheme, mostly on defense, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. And we've seen wide receivers everywhere for this Potosi offense. Right now we have 1 receiver off to the right side, and that's John Thompson. And there's another flag on the field before the whistle, or before the snap even takes place. A whistle is blown. Seen quite a few yellow flags hit the field tonight in this contest. Not even through 3 quarters of play, and that is the 7th penalty we have counted tonight. 1:58 remaining in this third quarter. 13-0, Potosi leads Perryville right now here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville. Vincent in shotgun for Potosi. He's going to have Cooley off to his left, Riddle off to his right, and he's going to keep it. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. He's sacked in the backfield. He was met in a hurry in the backfield. Number 78, Aaron McCarthy, met him in the backfield. We're at Pirate Stadium in Perryville as the Perryville Pirates trail these Potosi Trojans 13-0. Less than a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter as time ticks away. It's going to be a 2nd down and 17 to go. Ball sits on the 25-yard line as Potosi comes up to the line of scrimmage wearing the yellow helmets, white jerseys, and purple pants tonight. They send 3 receivers off to the right. It's going to be Gavin Wright, Austin Cooley, and John Thompson off to the right. Riddle in the backfield. Vincent takes the snap, rolls off to his right, pitches to Riddle. Riddle's going to evade 1 tackler, and he's going to run off to the right side. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds just around the 20-yard line.
Run made by number 14,
Blaine Riddle on the carry, runs off to his right.
Taken down by number
About a 5-yard gain on the play. It's going to put us right at a minute to go as he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Ball was spotted on the 19-yard line. Potosi up 13-0, looking to get in the end zone and add to their lead. Vincent comes into the huddle with the play. Just got from Coach Mark Casey. Mark Casey is the Potosi Trojans head coach, and he's coming off of his first back-to-back losing seasons of his career. Vincent going to be in shotgun. He's going to have John Thompson and Gavin Wright off to his right. Riddle in the backfield. Cooley off to the left. And he's going to roll out to the left-hand side. He's going to be throwing. And it went over the top of 1 receiver and into the hands of Gavin Wright in the end zone. Touchdown, Potosi. That's going to be another passing touchdown for Aaron Vincent. And that's going to put Potosi up 19-0. And that's Aaron Vincent making his 8th touchdown pass of this season. And Potosi comes on for the extra point with Lane Merciel set to kick. Under 1 minute to go into this third quarter. Potosi trying to make it 20-0. Vincent comes on for the snap. And he will be the holder for this extra point as Lane Merciel waits to kick. And the snap is down, and it is blocked. Extra point is blocked. You don't see that too much, but we saw it just right here. Perryville blocks Potosi's extra point, and that is 19-0 with under 1 minute remaining in this third quarter. And we're going to wrap out this third quarter in just a moment right here on J98 Web TV.
Pine Valley Machinery South Potosi offers year-round, flawless service. Need parts for your farm equipment? Pine Valley Machinery has the parts you need, along with having available those hard-to-find parts. They also carry new and used farm equipment as well. Other companies may offer the same deal, but not the same great service on your entire tractor repair needs. That's Pine Valley Machinery, located 4 miles south of Potosi on Highway 21.
Ever been to Hardwood Heaven? You'll find it at Busenbark Flooring and Granite.
Hardwood Heaven.
Where folks from St. Louis and Central Missouri love to buy their new hardwood floors.
Hardwood Heaven.
250,000 square feet of stunning, pre-finished hardwoods ready to deliver.
Hardwood Heaven.
Starts at $1.99 a square foot, tax-free. Did I say tax-free? That's right, tax-free. Now that's heaven. Visit Busenbark's Hardwood Heaven this week and purchase your new pre-finished hardwood flooring, tax-free. Busenbark Flooring and Granite, serving St. Louis and Central Missouri every day.
Welcome back. It's J98 Web TV. We're here in Perryville at Pirate Stadium looking at the kickoff after a short touchdown pass from Potosi, and it's kicked off. Lane Merciel kicks off, and it's number 20, Ethan Ferris, and he's come out, and he is smashed right at about the 30-yard line. Might be our first crown collision of the game, as we saw a big tackle as Ethan Ferris brought the return up for Perryville, and he was brought down at the 30-yard line. Perryville will start 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line, trailing 19-0. Potosi with 3 touchdown passes in this game. First touchdown pass to Blaine Riddle, second to Austin Cooley, and that third to Gavin Wright. Luck is definitely on the side of Potosi tonight. Saw 2 passes so far get tipped, 4 touchdowns. The first time it was tipped by a Perryville Pirate and then caught by Potosi Trojan in the end zone. That time from a Trojan to a Trojan and caught for a touchdown. Tyler Holligan in the backfield for Perryville, and he's going to escape and throws a deep pass off to the left side and hung his receiver out. Intended receiver on that one was Holden Storts, and he was brought down right as the ball hit his hands. Pass incomplete. Austin Cooley on the tackle. He comes up hobbling, holding his left leg. Austin Cooley a little bit injured, and he's going to take a knee. Oh, he's just stretching out the calf. He might be cramps on a night like this. You wouldn't expect to see cramps. Pretty nice weather tonight. About 70 degrees, 70, maybe a little cooler. Enjoying this Week 3 football here on J98 Web TV. Holligan back in shotgun for Perryville. 2 receivers off to his left, 1 off to his right, 1 in the backfield. And in the backfield with him is Cameron Fears. And that pass is thrown, and that pass is intercepted by Jake Reed. That is Reed's second interception of the night. It was thrown over the top, right to Jake Reed for Potosi. Potosi will be taking the ball, and they will be starting at about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Potosi, up 19-0. 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter after a brilliant set of plays on their last drive to get them in scoring position. See what they can do on this possession. It will be Vincent back in shotgun. 2 receivers out to the right. He's going to have Thompson and Franklin off to his right. 2 in the backfield. And it's going to go to Riddle, handoff to the right. He was met in the backfield by 1 Perryville Pirate, and he evaded the tackle and then ran right into number 59, Corby Renaud. Time is ticking away in this third quarter. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Ball on the 33. 19-0. Potosi leads Perryville, and Potosi with the ball. And time will run out in this third quarter. And as teams take the time to switch fields, we'll take the time to take a break, and we'll have more at the start of this fourth quarter here on J98 Web TV.
Belgrade State Bank announces annual Customer Appreciation Day set for today at their Belgrade location and Friday, September 27th at the Deloge location. Stop by for free Angus burgers from Turner Farms or free hot dogs with chips and drinks from 11 to 2 and Uncle Dale's homemade ice cream from 1 to 4. Giveaways and more. And only during Customer Appreciation Days, take out a CD with a special 1.07% APY for a 7-month term to celebrate 107 years in business. $1,000 minimum deposit required and a penalty may be charged for early withdrawal. That's Belgrade State Bank's Customer Appreciation Days, a wise place to do business since 1906. Member FDIC.
The Potosi R3 School District is committed to excellence. They're proud of their students and their athletes. These young people work hard and show a ton of dedication. The Potosi R3 students and athletes are committed to excelling to high levels of achievement. Attitude and perseverance play a big part in their success. The Potosi R3 School District sincerely hopes this 2013-2014 school year is a wonderful and memorable stepping stone in life's journey.
We are back here on J98 Web TV in Perryville at Pirate Stadium, watching the Perryville Pirates take on the Potosi Trojans. And right now, the Potosi Trojans lead 19-0. And they are on the 33-yard line, 2nd down and 11. Vincent back in shotgun, hands off to the left. It's Blaine Riddle. He's going to break out to the left side. He's going to cross the 25-yard line, crosses the 20, and he's brought down by a slew of Perryville Pirates. Number 2, number 28, and number 50 all bring him down. That was number 2, Dylan Zahner. Number 28, Trevor Green, and number 50, Dakota Kale on the stop. That's going to make for a fresh set of downs for Potosi. Ball on the 19-yard line, up 19-0, 11:50 in this fourth quarter. Looking to get in the end zone for their 4th score of the day. Time does start to run on this clock in the 4th quarter. Vincent in shotgun. Thompson off to the left with Franklin. In the backfield, he's got Riddle along with number 30, Kalen Litton. He's going to hand off to the left side again to Riddle. He's going to make a couple of moves in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down right at about the 18-yard line. Maybe a 1-yard gain on the play as time ticks away. We're down around 11 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. 19-0, Potosi leads Perryville. Coming into this game, Perryville came in 2-0 after wins against East Prairie and Live for Life. And Potosi stands at 1-1 after a week 1 loss, 42-31 to Carnahan, and a 28-26 nail-biter win over Pacific. Vincent in shotgun, 2 receivers off to his right, 2 in the backfield. It's going to be Kalen Litton and Blaine Riddle. It's going to go to Litton off to the right side. He's going to have good blocks, but it's Cody Crawford coming up to get a shoelace tackle. He breaks away just for a moment. And it was Cody Crawford grabbing a shoelace, and Ethan Ferris coming in to finish the tackle. Time runs in the fourth quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ball in the 17, 19-0. Potosi leads Perryville as they sit in the end zone on this 3rd down. We've seen some flashes of brilliance tonight from Vincent coming out of this backfield, slinging the ball all over the field tonight. He's got 3 touchdown passes so far. He's going to have 2 receivers out to the left. It's going to be Franklin and Thompson. He's going to have Litton. And he's going to throw out to the left side to Thompson. The ball is tipped. And it's going to hit the dirt. That ball was on the money. But it was Perryville Pirate Dylan Zahner on the stop. 6 foot, 155 pounds, senior Zahner makes the stop. Just deflects that ball away. It was one-on-one coverage, and that's what you like to see from your defensive back on one-on-one coverage. Get your hand on the ball and make the play. That's sure what he did. Vincent back in shotgun, going to have Litton and Riddle in the backfield. Thompson and Franklin off to the left-hand side. And he's going to roll out to the left-hand side. A flag comes down. Vincent still scrambles. He's going to make another move. He is down around the 40-yard line now. Scrambled back 25 yards. He's coming back up, and he does make the throw to a receiver that slipped and fell, and Thompson can't make the grab. There is a flag thrown early in the play, likely a hold. We'll have to wait to see what the receiver calls, or the referee calls. It's likely going to be a hold after you saw so much scrambling on that play from Aaron Vincent. The play started at the 17-yard line. He scrambled all the way back to the 41 before making his way back upfield to throw an incomplete pass off to the right-hand side to Thompson, the intended receiver. And it definitely will be against Potosi on this play. First and 10, Perryville. They will start at their own 17-yard line, trying to get themselves on the board with 9:45 left to go in this fourth quarter. It's going to be Holligan in the back. He's going to throw an incomplete pass intended for Ethan Ferris off to the left side. It's going to be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball sits on the 17-yard line, and Perryville trails 19-0 as Potosi leads in the Alliteration Bowl here at Pirate Stadium. Coming into this game, the Perryville Pirates state ranking 278, and Potosi Trojans were ranked at 219, but Potosi 37 in the class and Perryville 62 in the class. Holligan back for Perryville, and he's going to throw off to the right side, to his right side, to number 10. That's number 10, Alex Plunkett, the 6'1", 170-pound senior. Alex Plunkett, also their punter. That's going to move the ball up to the 24-yard line. Or move the ball up to the 18-yard line, beg your pardon. 9 minutes, 14 seconds to go as the clock runs in the fourth quarter. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Holligan in shotgun. 2 receivers off to his right, 1 off to his left. It's going to be Crawford Plunkett off to the right. And you have Fears in the backfield. He is going to come up throwing just over the top of Cody Crawford. Pass intended for Cody Crawford. Went out of bounds right at about the 30-yard line. It would have been enough for the first down had he come down with the reception. And that's going to force 4th down and 9 to go. Ball in the 18. As Plunkett's going to go back to kick this ball away to Potosi, and it will be Gavin Wright awaiting for the Trojans. And the snap's up. Here comes the punt. Plunkett sure does have a leg on him. A beautiful kick. And it's touched at the 40-yard line. And it's bobbled and muffed. And it is Potosi that's going to come away with the ball. Perryville had the opportunity to fall on the ball. Just not quite the grip on the ball that he needed. And he comes up, puts his hands on his hips. He is not happy with himself after that. It was Kyle Welch, 5'11", 145-pound senior, that fell on the ball. Was followed up by another Perryville Pirate, and then either one of them came up with the ball, and Potosi ended up falling on it. And they will come up with that. It'll be 1st down and 10. Ball will sit on the 33-yard line. There's a missed opportunity there for Perryville with less than 9 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter as Potosi leads 19-0 with ball with a fresh set of downs on the 33-yard line. Vincent will be back in shotgun. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers off to the left side. And he will hand the ball off. And it is Riddle going right up the middle. And he's going to come up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. 8.5 to go in the 4th. Potosi leads 19-0. It'll be 2nd down and 2 yards to go as the ball sits on the 41-yard line. And Potosi just looking to run as much clock as they possibly can on this. Play clock's at 20. 8:13 on the clock as they lead 19-0. Vincent will be in shotgun. He'll have Cooley off to his right. 2 receivers off to his right. 1 in the backfield. Riddle comes across from the left-hand side. He's going to take the handoff. After moving off to the right side, he's going to gain a few yards on the play and come up to about the 45-yard line. 4-yard gain on the play, and that is enough for a 1st down. And that is not what Perryville wants to see right now. With less than 8 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter, a 19-0 lead for Potosi with a fresh set of downs, looking to just run clock. 20 seconds to go on this play clock as Perryville makes substitutions on the defensive side of the ball. Vincent going to be in shotgun for Potosi. He's going to send 2 off to his left-hand side. He's going to have Franklin and Cooley off to his left side. He's going to have Riddle in the back with him. And they're going to hand this ball off, and it's going to go off to the right-hand side for a big chunk of yards all the way up to about the 32-yard line. And that was number 30, Kalen Litton, on the play. A big gain on the play for Litton. Brought down by the end of the play by Perryville Pirate, Ethan Ferris. We've said his name quite a bit on both sides of the ball tonight. Ethan Ferris making himself known for the Perryville Pirates. It was Kalen Litton on that big run on the previous play off to the right side. Vincent back in shotgun for Potosi. 2 receivers out to the left. It's Franklin and Cooley. He's going to throw a ball right into the dirt. He had Cooley wide open for a screen off to the left-hand side. Just couldn't quite make the pass. He rushed it a little bit, didn't get his feet set, and threw the ball right into the dirt, a few yards short of Austin Cooley. Austin Cooley, we've seen him catch a touchdown pass tonight. We've seen him catch 4 passes tonight, 1 touchdown pass, 3 touchdown passes thrown by Aaron Vincent, the Potosi Trojan. He came into this season thinking it was his year to shine. He's improved his mechanics in the offseason, and he's made quite an improvement throwing the ball around the night. He lines up in shotgun here with Franklin far out to the left, Cooley in the slot, and he hands the ball off to Riddle. He's going to run off to the left side. There's not too many Perryville Pirates over there, and he's going to gain a good chunk of yards. He's still on his feet at the 20-yard line. We see him just pushed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Coach Wojcik of Perryville not happy with the ref right now, wanting to hold on that last play. Potosi moving the ball forward. 6:52 remaining in this game. And there will be a penalty called against Potosi, and they will be moving backwards. We've seen quite a few penalties from Potosi's offense tonight. We started the game off with center John Malugin having problems with a few snaps. Didn't see any penalties come until after he righted his snapping woes. And we've seen a couple of false starts and a few holds from this Potosi offensive line. As Vincent scrambles around so much, you only have so much time before you really have to grab a handful of jersey to keep him alive. Vincent goes into shotgun. 2 receivers off to his right. He's got Riddle and Litton in the backfield. Hands off to Litton off to the right-hand side, and he gets past one defender, and he's still on his feet as he crosses the 30-yard line, gets about to the 25-yard line before he's brought down. 6.5 minutes to go here in the game as Potosi leads Perryville 19-0. We're here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville live tonight on J98 Web TV covering this game, and we thank our sponsors, Belgrade State Bank in Potosi, Potosi R3 Schools, and Pine Valley Machinery in Potosi for making this J98 Web TV broadcast possible. Vincent comes back up for Potosi. He will be in shotgun and off to his right side. He's got two receivers, two in the backfield. And here comes the snap. And it's going to go right back to Kalen Litton. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage by Perryville. That's number 72 and number 57 on the stop for Perryville. That's number 72, Dylan Vernon, getting first hands on Kalen Litton to bring him down. Going to be 4th down and 5 yards to go. Ball sits on the 23-yard line. 4th down and 5 yards to go as the ball sits on the 23-yard line as they move the ball just a touch forward. 5:28 remaining in the game. 19-0 lead for Potosi as Vincent lines up in shotgun. He's going to have Franklin and Cooley off to his left side. He's going to have Litton and Riddle in the backfield. And Vincent's going to roll out to his left. And he's going to complete the pass to Franklin at about the 18-yard line. He's going to be brought down immediately by number 28, Trevor Green. And Green's going to go right to the sidelines, hobbling, limping on his right foot. And coming in for Green will be Chris Ponder, the 5'9", 135-pound junior. Comes in for Perryville after Green leaves the field. Vincent in shotgun for Potosi. He's going to have Riddle to his left in the backfield, Litton to his right, and he's going to have Franklin and Cooley off to the right side. And he's going to hand the ball off to Riddle. He's going to go up to the right side. And he's going to make it to maybe the 17-yard line. And Perryville's coming up, pointing to the other side of the field. And they do come up with a fumble after Riddle puts the ball on the turf. And Perryville comes up with another turnover. First they had an interception early in the game. Now a fumble recovery after Riddle drops the ball for the Potosi Trojans. And Perryville recovers. And they're going to start with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line with just over 4.5 minutes to go here in the game. We're here at Pirate Stadium as Perryville looks to come back from a 19-point deficit with just over 4.5 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a change in quarterback for Perryville as they come out with Zach Elder. And it's going to be intercepted on his first pass. Gavin Wright running up the left side of the field, and he might have been pushed out at the 1-yard line. No, they're going to call it a touchdown. He got the ball across the plane. That is a touchdown. Gavin Wright on an interception. First throw from Zach Elder is picked off by Gavin Wright, and he runs it right into the end zone for Potosi. That's going to be 25-0 Potosi over Perryville. Perryville came into the game at 2-0 with wins over East Prairie in Week 1 and Week 2 over Lift for Life. Potosi at 1-1 after a Week 1 loss to Carnahan and a Week 2 win 28-26 over Pacific. And Vincent pulls the ball up after the snap. And it is a 2-point conversion that is completed in the end zone. He threw that pass to the right side of the end zone, and it was caught. It was caught by number 88 on the play. Number 88 for Potosi, Jake Reed, who has 2 interceptions in the game, and now a 2-point conversion reception following an interception return for a touchdown by Gavin Wright. And Potosi's up 27-0 with 4:22 remaining. And as the offense for Perryville comes on and the special teams units come on for this kick, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with the end of this 4th quarter here on J98 Web TV.
Does the madness of the large malls overwhelm you? Are you looking for a place to shop that offers quality items at everyday low prices? Then look no further. Go to Rogers Mercantile in Perryville. It's time to stock up for the fall season, so go on by Rogers Mercantile, located on East St. Marie Street in Perryville. Everyone at Rogers Mercantile in Perryville wishes the best of luck this season to all the Perryville and St. Vincent athletes.
And we're back here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville, live on J98 Web TV as we're watching the Potosi Trojans take on the Perryville Pirates. And Potosi leads 27-0 right now with 4:22 remaining in this fourth quarter. After an interception that was returned for a touchdown, pass from Zach Elder, intercepted by Potosi Trojan Gavin Wright, and he made it into the end zone to go up 25-20, and then a two-point conversion. That was a fake extra point attempt that was converted by Vincent to Jake Reed. And Ethan Ferris takes this kickoff after that touchdown, and he stays on his feet, and he's brought down at about the 35-yard line. He was tackled and fell on top of a Potosi Trojan and was able to stay on his feet, and he comes up holding what looks like to be his right hamstring after the play. He is walking towards the Perryville sideline holding his right leg. And coming on in place of Ferris is Dylan Zahner. And it looks like it will be Elder once again going under center for Perryville after his first pass attempt of this second half was intercepted by Gavin Wright, the Potosi Trojan. He walked into the end zone for the score. It's Elder taking the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Cody Crawford, who's going to run right up the middle, and he's going to get a good chunk of yards, and he's going to make it all the way up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 9 on the play. Exactly 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, 27-20 Potosi over Perryville here at Pirate Stadium. And we're live tonight on J98 Web TV to cover this Week 3 matchup of Potosi and Perryville. First district matchup for these two teams this season. It will be Elder in shotgun. Two receivers off to the left, one off to the right. He'll have Fears in the backfield. And he's going to come out, and he looked his receiver down. He threw it right over the top. It was Zahner. He threw it right over the top of his head. And Zahner shakes his head as he heads back to the huddle. 27-20, Potosi leads Perryville. And we're here in Perryville at Pirate Stadium. It's third down and 1 yard to go for Perryville with the ball on their own 46-yard line as they look to get on the board before the end of this game. It will be Zach Elder at quarterback for Perryville. He's going to have one receiver off to either side, two in the backfield. He'll have Crawford and Fears in the backfield. He's going to hesitate, hand off to Crawford. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to get a few yards on the play, but it will be enough for the first down to get him a fresh set of downs to keep this drive alive.
First down, Pirates.
That's a first down, Pirates here at Pirate Stadium as Perryville leads 27-20. As Potosi leads 27-20 over Perryville, beg your pardon. And Perryville, Zach Elder under center for the Pirates right now. They've had three different men under center tonight for them. They've started off the game with Johnny Pruitt at under quarterback. And then they switched to Holligan. And now Elder. Elder's first pass here in the second half was intercepted. But now he's moving the ball up. Keeping the ball on the ground on this play. Going right up center after dropping back and finding no receivers open. A gain of 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9. Ball sits on the 48-yard line. 2:52 remaining in this fourth quarter as Perryville trails Potosi 27-0. A few offensive substitutions for Perryville late in the game as they step up to the line of scrimmage. It will be Elder going under center. A receiver off to either side. Of Plunkett out to the left. Zahner off to the right. Fears and Crawford in the backfield. And he's going to hand it off to Crawford. He's going to go right up the middle. And he's going to get a good chunk of yards. He's going to cross the 40. He's going to get about to the 35-yard line on the play. A gain of 14 for a first down. Cody Crawford on the carry. 2:21 left to go as he steps out of bounds here in the fourth quarter. Potosi over Perryville 27-20. And Potosi 27-20 off of 3 passing touchdowns, and their last touchdown finding the end zone. Gavin Wright returned an interception, 20 yards for a score. Elder under center, and he's going to hand it off to Crawford once again off to the left-hand side, and he'll gain a few on the play. He may have made it to the line of scrimmage. That depends on the spot there. They are going to spot him right. They're going to give him forward progress. I didn't know if they were going to spot him just a further few steps back than what they had given him. They will spot him at the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 6. As the time ticks away here in the fourth quarter, we got just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. And it will be Elder dropping back in shotgun for quarterback on Perryville's side of the ball. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 off to the right. And the snap gets away from him. He does recover the snap, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. And that was a big stop there. It was number 45, Colin Robinson, that met him in the backfield. And assisting on the tackle was Wes Dockery, 5'11", 190-pound junior, bringing him down in the backfield. That's going to be 3rd down and 15 yards to go as the ball gets spotted on the 40. 1 minute and 17 seconds to go here in the game. 27-20. Potosi leads Perryville. And we are at Pirate Stadium tonight. Elder takes a snap for Perryville, and he's going to throw over the top. And that pass is tipped. The pass is tipped away by Potosi Trojan Dylan King. Ethan Fair's not happy with himself coming back to the huddle. We've seen him shake his head twice after plays on this drive, after missed opportunities from Perryville. 4th down and 15 with just over a minute to go. And Perryville's offense coming out of the huddle. Elder headed under center. It'll be Zahner off to the left-hand side. Plunkett off to the right. Fears in the backfield. And for Perryville, lined up in the slot is Kyle Welch. Referee did blow a whistle, making sure one of the Potosi Trojans has his chin strap tightened before the play. And the play clock will now run after the whistle. 20 seconds on the play clock, 1 minute and 3 seconds left in this fourth quarter. 27-20 lead for Potosi. 4th down and 15 for Perryville here. Trying to get on the board before the end of this game. Elder drops back. He's going to roll out to his left. And he overthrew his intended receiver. That was Dylan Zahner, the intended receiver, off to the left side. And he was overthrown by Elder. That is a turnover on downs. Potosi will come out on the field, and they'll take over after that incomplete pass on 4th and 15. Perryville started the game off with Johnny Pruitt as their quarterback. They then switched to Zach Elder for a couple of plays and then went to Tyler Holligan before the end of the first half. Holligan came out in the second half as the quarterback, and then it was Zach Elder, and Elder's first pass of this second half was intercepted by Gavin Wright, the Potosi Trojan, who returned it 24 yards for a score. It will be Potosi taking the field, and it is number 11 for Potosi under center now, and that's Jordan Huerta, the Potosi Trojan under center, as Vincent's going to stay on the sidelines to watch this time tick away. Only a couple plays left as Potosi will improve to 2-1 on the season, and Perryville will fall to 2-1 after opening the season with 2 wins. Their first win over East Prairie, 26-12, and in week 2, a 19-6 win over Live for Life. And they're going to lose this game by what looks to be the score of 27-20 as Huerta hands off to Litton for the Potosi Trojans. And that should do it as 10 seconds remain, and the time will run away here in Perryville at Pirate Stadium as Potosi is going to beat the Perryville Pirates 27-20, and they will improve to 2-1 on the season as Perryville will fall to 2-1. It's been J98 Web TV covering the action for you here at Pirate Stadium in Perryville. And then that's a wrap for tonight's game. That's 27-20 Potosi taking the win here at Pirate Stadium.